fasted minutes and 1 extra second. Oh shit. A total of 435 active calories burnt there. Remember guys, it's not total calories, it's active calories that we're tracking. So that one there. Now we're going to do 25 minutes here to round that up to an hour fasted cardio. But this is just, as I said, accumulating steps. But an easy way to get through this is to put on your favourite YouTube, do some texting or whatever. But for me personally, I'm all about increasing my knowledge so you guys get the best service. So I'm actually just going through the Pro Coach process just to make sure that there's no holes in my service, and you can't go wrong with further education. So it's that and a combination of J3U so you guys can have my brain through their brains.
I feel that car makes your pressure in it. 100, 200, 300 shots of better with me. Yeah. Them niggas fuck, but I was celibate. I hung my jersey up, I'm back out of retirement. Electric slide on them. Cha-chas and two-steppers when we ride on them. I survive, homie. Flatlines, I'm allergic to it, I run from it. Yeah. We take a loss and then we shake back.
Let's get something to eat, duck. That is my AM session wrapped up. Time to get first meal in, which is ProFats, just bacon and eggs. Don't have any spinach, so the fibre intake is slightly lower today. I'm not too lazy to buy spinach. And then we're probably going to go into a work block where Josh is probably going to sit on his ass, start editing something else while I get to work. Let's go.
See all the groupie girls and think they're heaven sent. I see 25 minutes worth of empty sex to tell a lie. It wasn't my intention to objectify, but I can testify. Seen some shit you couldn't rectify. You see this industry where everybody.
So we're having breakfast with the kids today. Hey kids. What you got?
Strawberry.
Good. Good, high in fibre. We've got ProFats. Not really sure the benefits of this. Ben just took my bagel away from me and said ProFat. So that's what that is. We're gonna get this down and then I'm gonna have a shower. We're not gonna film that bit. Maybe film my own friend's account. And then jump into a work block, and then we're gonna go train leg day today at S20, and then I've got physio after that. But right now, as I said, we're sitting at 8 weeks out. Calories are still high. Training day, I believe, is around 3,300, and food is 2,900 on a non-training day, so very, very comfortable. Cardio, as I said, is 7 times 35 fasted. A little bit of leg fatigue, but all in all, my general mood and energy level is very, very good. Cannot complain. Do not feel like I'm in prep at all, which is really good because I know some other competitors that are doing the same show are on some really low calories already. Fortunately for me, I'm like a rapid fat burner, so I'll get into condition very, very quickly. I give 4 weeks and we should be inside out and we can really play with food there. But I'm going to get this down now and then we'll do some check-ins. I did a lot last night because I knew we were filming today. But yeah. Oh, we're going to do some protein oats as well. You love that shit.
Protein oats.
Meal number 2, unrivaled by anybody. There's nobody that makes oats better than me. So 100 gram of oats, 25 grams of 70% dark chocolate, because 85 is just a bit too rich, man. Not rich, what's the word? It's just too, what's the word for dark chocolate? It's too strong. I'm just going to go with that.
Yeah, we'll just go with strong.
Just go with strong. 100 gram of blueberry and then EHP, chocolate caramel protein Oxyway. This is like the meal that I look forward to the most, okay? But when you're making the paste, just a quick tip there. If you've got a measurement of say 30, put in 32 or 33 so you don't have any wastage, because you do have to scrape the protein out the bottom. But just have a fucking getting on that, like all that melted chocolate, dark chocolate, and then blueberries, man. I'm getting a bit horny for my food, so I'm going to eat it. And then we're going to, this is essentially going to be my pre-workout, and then we're going to go hit the legs. And I've got a bowl there for Josh too, so getting him juicy for a video coming very soon. Into workout, we're going to have 15 grams of Beyond EAAs pineapple, Fijian pineapple, man. This fuck, there ain't a flavour like it on market. And if you love pineapple, then you don't even question my authority. So put 15 gram of this in. And then we're going to go anywhere between 5 to 7 grams of creatine. Just remember, kids, this is legal. It helps with the pump. It helps you build muscle. It helps with the energy, the replenish of the ATP. Doesn't affect anything to do with your liver or anything like that. Don't affect hormones.
What about hair loss?
Yeah, don't use it if you're receding. Bullshit. Give that a good shake. I always put ice in my intro. Just makes it very fresh. Cool. That is pre-workout. Squares, bars, you know the score. It's time to go train some fucking legs. So let's see you at the gym. Right then, we are down at S20, the home of my leg day. I've been coming in quite consistently every Wednesday because I'm going to go straight into leg therapy after to get some shockwave. But we're starting off on some, we're going straight into some heavy leg curls. Right. So let's get in. Whoa. You motherfucker. Good start. All right, let's talk leg curls. Coaching cues when setting up for this machine. There's obviously getting your knee in line with the axis. A lot of the machines will have like a pin there, but some of them actually have a sign there telling you where your axis is, and that's where you should have your joint alignment. Also, you want to bury your ass into the corner of the seat. And this is just going to allow you to drive more force through your hamstring. So what we want to be doing is taking full advantage of these handles, pushing against them, and that stops you using your lower back and stops that arching and trying to get that bounce into it. So we want to make sure everything is fixed in. From here, we're dragging through the hamstring. We're not just going like this and bouncing it around. We want to make sure that we're applying as much tension as possible. Down, pause, and then control that eccentric. Simple. Oh. 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 If you want to actually build decent sized calves, respectable calves, unlike mine, you just want to train them like every other muscle group, okay? So we're taking that to absolute failure, but it's very important, you know, when we're using this machine here, like the standing calf raise, we're not shrugging the weights up, because a lot of people take the application from the calves to the shoulders assisting that way, and the same with this, right? So we're going down, I tend to lean forward into the movement like this, so it stops me from using my weight to come back like that. So just think about, again, mind to muscle connection, but actually using the machine for what it is. Drive up, squeeze for 2 seconds, control, 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 fully stretch in the eccentric, hold for 2 seconds, and then drag it through the calves. A lot of people kind of just push it up, where you're not applying as much tension as you think you are. And that's how you're gonna build solid calves. Key principle for overload is actually making note of what you're lifting. You know, I've said it before, if you go in and you don't know what you lifted last week, how are you expected to know what you're aiming for this week, unless you're training to feel, which does work. But I feel like if you want to progress in your training, you want to build an adequate amount of tissue, log your lifts, progress them over time. It doesn't have to be huge weight, because you're going to lose, well, you're going to risk form and risk injury. Just little increments like this, like 5 kilos, 2.5 kilos, whatever you can do to be slightly better than last week. See, I've missed my fucking rep range there. I'm not going to sacrifice form and do shit reps. I'm just going to drop it down and go back in until I fail now. And then I'm going to finish with some partials. Wouldn't even call them partials. But fucking hell, they are full of blood. It's probably still out there. Right. What's become very popular for no fucking reason is this here. everybody seems to reverse band everything. Now, don't get me wrong, I do use it, but for only one movement, and it's the hack squat. So when we're using this, it is designed to take the load out of the shortened range. Obviously, that's where we want to apply a lot more tension to the quad in that shortened range. However, when you're in, say, a hack squat, you're going to be applying a lot of load to your knee joint, and this is just easing that pain to kind of come out. So if you don't have knee pain or you want to avoid future knee pain, I would definitely recommend using the hack squat. But if you really want to blow up your quads and you don't have knee pain, don't bother using it. You don't need it. You want to spend as much time in that shortened range and really drive from there with full load. Now for me, I've got a dodgy knee, so I do use it and it does help me. But don't think that you're the biggest lifter in the world because you can add a few more plates because that's on. So what I've done here is I've jumped into a new machine that somebody else was using previously. Now, what I'm not going to do is go and just start using it because that's not set up for me and my specifications. So always make sure that you're setting up to what's going to help you get the most out of the lift, for you to be in a safe, comfortable environment for you to progress on your lift. So again, making sure that my knee is in line with the axle, and then setting up everything according to my height. So I want that on my lower shin, and then of course I want full range of motion, so I'm coming in here, and then from there, perfect. I'm gonna do a couple reps there to make sure everything's smooth, and then I'm gonna start lifting. Right, so when we're setting up for the leg extension, we need to make sure that everything is specific for you, okay? So again, making sure that our knee is in line with the axis, making sure that this lever here is comfortable for you to actually lift. So I like it on my lower shin. And then again, making sure that our arse is planted firmly in the corner here. This is just gonna allow us to keep in, all right? Some people coming off like this, I see this way too frequently, where the arse is coming out, we're using momentum. What you wanna be doing is hold these, really drill yourself into the seat, and then drive up and apply as much force and as much load through the quad. Drive up, spend a second at the short range, 3 to 4 seconds on that eccentric, getting the full range of motion. And that is how you're gonna blow up your fucking pins. One other thing that I find with people that are setting up for leg extension, feel like, if I point my feet out, it's gonna hit here, and if I point my feet in, it's gonna hit here. The only thing that you're doing is putting your knee joints in a vulnerable position and risking injury. It's not going to hit your inners, it's not gonna hit your outers. Just do the fucking exercise properly and stop getting caught up on all this shit that you're seeing on Instagram. One exercise that's really helped me develop the thickness of my legs is the adductor. It's commonly overlooked. A lot of people don't do it. They think it's a girl's exercise, but it's really helped blow up the inner upper portion of my legs. Now, key cues with this is we're not trying to get our feet together. We're trying to drive our knees in together. Squeeze and then really control that eccentric. 3, 2, 1, pause, engage, drive. And that's how you're gonna blow up your legs. Funny, everybody's on what I want at the minute, so we've had to shuffle a few things around, but we're here. We're just getting in some feeder sets to make sure that we're nice, we're warm. My knee is kind of warmed up because that's giving me a bit of pain. It's basically tendon pain, but once that's warm, I'll be good to go. But I am going to slap a reverse band on to make sure that that doesn't snap. And then we'll start lifting some heavy shit. We've got 6 plates on this bad boy today. These are actually 25 kilo plates though, so it's about 7.5 plates. But don't get confused because this machine here,
it's a lot easier to use than say a Cybex because of the angle. It's not so vertical, so it's not that much loading down vertically. So it doesn't feel as heavy, but of course we've got the band on it as well, so it's going to take the load off the bottom, so it does allow you to lift slightly heavier. Well, quite a bit heavier actually. So yes, it looks like a lot, but don't get confused. I'm not trying to get ego lift. It's just something that I can control. So last week was 10 reps at 250, so 5 plates. So we're pushing up to 300 this week because it felt good. We've got a rep range of 6 to 10, so we're aiming to hit around 6. Let's get in. Oh! Taking your fucking training to absolute failure and getting that full knee flexion to really load the quads in a shortened range. That's how you're going to build your fucking legs. Oh, I'm dizzy. So I want to talk about rest periods. People think that there's like a certain time limit or certain time frame that you need to have on rest periods. Now, this can factor in a few different reasons on why that's bullshit. Is how intense you train, what exercise you're doing, and your recovery capabilities. So I'm probably going to spend a couple minutes before I go into this back off set because I want to make sure that I'm giving all my energy into that next set. So I don't want to go in when my heart rate's still too high and I'm still out of breath. I want to make sure that I'm recovered and ready to go to give my best. So the way that I look at it is, don't set like 45 seconds to 3 minutes. Just go when you are ready to go to maximize your potential on your next set. So unlike your isolation exercises, your recovery time is a lot quicker because they're a smaller muscle. So your rest period is going to be a lot shorter, so you're able to go straight back in a lot sooner. But just remember, the key note to take away from that is go back into your next set when you can maximize the potential of that set. Bring that intensity to all your sessions, not just if you want to blow your fucking legs up, to be honest. But, you know, halfway through that, I thought I had 12. Got to 12 and I was like, I still have 2 more here. So it's always about beating that mental failure. Don't get yourself stuck in your head, because I promise you, if you say you've only got 12, you'll get 12. Dig deep, find those extra reps, and that's how you're going to really develop your physique, okay? Stop falling short when it gets tough, gets hard. Push to where, okay, actually, I want to fail at physical failure, not mental failure. Rear foot elevated split squats. It's fucking brutal. If you really want to target your quad and your glute at the same time, definitely bang that in. The rear elevation is what's making you drive your glute, but keeping your knee over your toe is driving through that quad. Now, what I focus on is keeping my knee on the outside of my foot, and that really helps me develop a bigger outer sweep there. This takes a lot of thought. We've really connected with the movement, and also engaging those stabilizers to make sure you can actually perform the lifts well. Get them stuck in, you're fucking blowing like me. Develop big legs and a nice ass. And a fat ass. Fat ass. Right, the sole purpose of these is driving a lot of volume, a lot of fatigue, a lot of blood. So the first set that you just seen was 12 to 15, and now we're going back in at 15 to 20. I kind of hate it, but I kind of love it at the same time. And of course, by using unilateral movements, you're able to focus on developing each side equally and removing any kind of muscular imbalance where you start to bias your favorite side. So for example, on a hack squat, if I'm stronger in my right and I start fatiguing, I'll dominate right side. So this is kind of counterbalancing that by being able to drive from both sides effectively. We come down, we sit, and we're not trying to straighten our body here. We're keeping it tilted over and driving up through the heel like this, so the body still stays tilted. I actually missed my numbers there. but I still took it to failure. So I'm still effectively reaching hypertrophy. But my first exercise was an increase in weight. So I'm driving more fatigue in that set. So if I slightly miss on the second exercise, not too bothered, as long as I am taking that to failure. You'll see when I'm driving up, I'm not locking out my knee. And why do we do that? It's to keep the tension on the quad. That's what we're effectively trying to do, is build the legs. So why would I take the tension off by locking out my knee at the top? Same with bench press, not locking out elbows, keeping tension on target muscle. That is fucking leg day. Now, I would typically have hyperextensions in here to drive up my hamstrings and my glutes, but I know that my back is bad at the moment, and I've also got physio in 10 minutes to work on my back and my legs, so I'm not going to risk injury by pushing through it. I've had a very, very fucking hard session, so we're going to call that quits there. Go have a bowl of Frosties, break it down. I'm going to cap off the video, and then we're going to go into physio. I don't know if you can tell by my face, but I'm fucking wrecked. I've got 400 almond, 100 Frosty Flakes, but I'm going to devour this and then get into physio. But like always, I really hope you guys enjoyed that. You took a lot of weight. Took away a lot of key points there and some decent education, because that's obviously what I want to provide for you guys. But also a bit of entertainment, enjoy it. My aim isn't to be too serious when it comes to this. Obviously when I train, it's dead serious. But then outside of that, I want to bring across my personality and give you guys a little bit of entertainment. But as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. We've got some good videos in the pipeline, so stay tuned. Remember, like, subscribe, share. I'll see you on the next one.